This is our first video explaining our campaign for safer cycling and walking to and from Northwest Cambridge. And I'd like to encourage you to sign our petition as soon as possible. There are going to be 4 more videos explaining our concerns and our proposals in more detail. This is the quick summary. So here's the overview. The location we're talking about is the Northwest Cambridge development, a couple of miles northwest of the centre of Cambridge. It's very close to Girton College, and the future name for the community that's being created here is Eddington. The nearest village to Eddington is Girton, and central Girton is to the north of the A14, and to the south of the A14 we could call it South Girton, roads like Thornton Road, Thornton Way. At the heart of the Eddington development is a primary school that has already been built. Everything else doesn't exist there yet, but the primary school is open, and we're especially concerned about the provision of safe cycling and walking routes to and from the school because 41 of the 100 or so pupils at the school all come from Girton. So we really want there to be safe routes for them to come and go from South Girton and Central Girton. Unfortunately, those safe routes aren't in place. Our petition, which you can read if you want, says that we need radical changes to the plans that are being implemented. You would hope that there would be wonderful provision because all of the strategy documents about the Northwest Cambridge site said that there's going to be wonderful provision, quality, accessibility, connectivity to surrounding areas, attractive, direct and safe routes and so forth. But actually, when it comes to the detail, unfortunately, those routes are not provided in the directions shown by these light blue arrows. So here's a more detailed Google Map view of the location. The new road that has been created that runs to the school is called Eddington Avenue, and it's shown here. And at the end of Eddington Avenue is a new set of traffic lights which will be complete in November, and to my astonishment I learned that those traffic lights will not provide any way for pedestrians or cyclists to get across Huntington Road. So that means that there's actually no safe way to get from A to B, from Eddington to, say, a home on Thornton Way, or back if you are a pedestrian, nor a cyclist. And there are problems getting up to Girton Road as well with the future plan involving these cycle paths. Here's a summary of 8 different journeys you might want to make. For pedestrians, there's no safe, attractive and direct way between Thornton Way and Eddington, nor between Girton Road and Eddington. For cyclists, there may be a couple of routes in 2 directions. So going from Thornton Way to Eddington might be viewed as satisfactory by some cyclists, and the route from Eddington to Girton Road also has a moderately satisfactory cycle route, but there isn't a return route for that, and nor is there a return route for the first cycle journey I mentioned. We go into the details of this in our other videos. So what do we think should be done? We think there's a need for additional crossings, places where pedestrians and cyclists are protected by traffic lights. We're especially concerned, obviously, about examples of pedestrians, including parents with a buggy and a 4-year-old, or a cyclist who's a 4-year-old accompanied by a parent. We want routes that are safe for people like that, not just experienced cyclists. So what do we recommend? A satisfactory solution that would fix all of these problems would be to integrate a 2-cone crossing into the new traffic light junction here, to add a 2-cone crossing at the end of Thornton Road, and then to solve the problems which we'll detail in a later video at the Girton Road junction. An additional crossing of some sort is going to be needed there as well to make it safe for pedestrians going in both directions from Girton. The point being that there's currently no safe way for people to get from this corner across to that corner. They have to cross a 3-lane Girton Road with no protection, or they have to cross the 3-lane Huntington Road with no protection. So our proposal, focusing on the Eddington Avenue Huntington Road junction, would look like this. An additional two-cone crossing incorporated in here, and a two-cone crossing at Thornton Road, as close as possible to Thornton Road. It's also essential in order to make a safe route for inexperienced cyclists to widen this footpath into a shared use footpath and off-road cycle path. And we believe that there would be little difficulty in buying the necessary small strip of land to make that happen. Thank you very much for listening. Here is the link for the slides at tinyurl.com/EddingtonSafety. And our petition is at iPetitions, and it's called Eddington Safety. Thank you very much for listening. My name's David Mackay.